Let's see how we can create a variable. At line 15, we have already created a variable. So what is a variable? A variable is a thing in Java that stores some information. So here we can say KB, that is a name for the variable that I have just created. It's going to store the scanner object. So scanner is a class and KB is a variable or an object. This KB tool is responsible for doing something for me, and it is to read some information from the keyboard. But where will I store this information? Let's keep them in some other variables. For example, if you want to read a number from the keyboard, how can I store it? I can create a variable to store that number. So let's see what are the types of variables that I can define. The first one is an integer. int, that the very first three letters of the word integer. So int in Java means a numeric variable or a numeric value. So each variable in Java must have a name and a type for sure. So I'm starting all the time with the type. So what's the type of this variable? It is an integer. What's its name? That's what comes after giving it a type. So let's create a variable of type integer, call it number1, and that's gonna be a variable. And then here I can say equal to 2. So what I did in line 17, I declared or I defined a variable of type integer called num1, and I assigned 2 to be its value. So variable num1 will store or will keep the value 2 as its value. So can I print this number 1? Yes. If you remember, in the last video we said that you can print numeric values as well using the println method. So that means I can print using the same thing. So system.out.println, and here inside these pair of parentheses I can write number1. So I am printing number1, and it doesn't print the characters NUM and character 1. It will print the value that this variable has stored, that is 2. So if I run the program one more time, you will see number 2 will be added after 10 here. So let's run, and here we go. We have number 2 is printed. So a variable is a thing, a concept in Java that stores values, and here num1 is a number, a numeric variable, so it's going to store, I said, number 2. Okay, can I change the value of number 1? Yes, you can. So here I can just write num1 equal to 10. And here we go. We have a change to our number 1. Oh, let's maybe choose 100. So I have 100. And if I print or run my program again, this time instead of 2, I will see number 100 that is printed. Here we go, number 100. So what I did here at line 17, I declared the variable num1, and I said its initial value will be equal to 2. But immediately after, at line 19, I changed the value of number 1 variable to 100. So when it comes to line 25, it will print the latest value of number 1, that in this case is 100. So it's going to print 100. Okay, can I declare some other variables rather than just integer numbers? Yes. If you want to define some like the decimal numbers, you can use double or float. So here I have double. Let's call it, for example, decimal number. And let's put it equal to 3.14, the very famous number, the pi number. And also defining another decimal number float that's going to be a float number, 2.71. And don't forget to put an F here. We'll talk about like the float and double numbers in more detail later, but for now, that's how we are defining them. So anytime you're going to define a float number, don't forget to put an F after the variable value, that in this case 2.71, and we're putting an F here to say that it is a float number. These are three variables that you see here to follow the same pattern. First, we need to declare what's the type of the variable. And then after the type of variable, we need to give that variable a name. So type and name, that's the rule in Java. And then after that, you can have these equal sign. Okay, now let's see that how we can print these numbers. So number 1, we printed the number 1. But what about this one number and float number? We can do the same thing that we did in order to print number 1. So I'm going to again write system.out and print system. Okay, just a lot of misspelling error. System print ln dot decimal number finally, and system.out print ln. Here I have my float number. So if I run my program one more time, I will see that 3.14 and 2.71 also will be added to the output, as you see here. So far we have been able to print some information. We're able to define some variables. And now that's the time to learn how to read something from the input.